Well, here we all are on a beautiful spring day in Sydney. Dear friends and family of Chloe and Philip, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to their marriage ceremony today. As most of you know, Chloe and Philip met 18 months ago at a video games meetup in Singapore. Chloe tells me that she had been intrigued for some time to know more about the person who designed the Narnia Nights adventure Hawker's Revenge, and was at first shy to approach Philip when she recognized his name in the meetup program. She went to the panel at which he was speaking and was, she says, smitten both by his looks and his character, which seemed so opposite to the violence of the games he creates. Philip tells me that he was surprised when after this talk a young woman approached him saying how awesome Hawker's Revenge was and how she had begun developing a fan game based on it called Lady Hawker. They spent the next 2 days in each other's company at every opportunity talking about the two games, and by the end of the meetup had fallen in love. Philip proposed to Chloe on the last day by asking her to try out a new game he had designed. As Chloe played what seemed to her at first as a sappy romantic game, she discovered that the prize at the end of it was a video proposal of marriage from Philip. She tells me she nearly choked on the bowl of noodles she was eating at their favorite hawker stall. She said yes. Philip invited her to meet his parents, Edward and Jane, who were, Philip tells me, delighted with Chloe and very happily gave their blessings to the marriage. Unfortunately, Philip's parents cannot be with us today, but they have sent their best wishes and blessings to Philip and Chloe. They are anxiously awaiting the uploading of the video of the ceremony today, and we thank Philip's friend Chris for being our viewer today. They told me they will gather Philip's extended family later and sit down to a celebratory meal as they watch it. Chloe's mother, Elizabeth, and Father George are with us here today, and I welcome them on behalf of Philip and Chloe. I also want to especially welcome Chloe's daughter, Rose, who I know is very excited to be having Philip as a father. She already plays a game based on Chinese dragons that Philip designed and loves it. And she's looking forward to telling him her ideas for new games to make. As Chloe and Philip have requested, our ceremony today will draw on readings and rituals from a number of different religions and spiritual practices. While neither of them adhere to a particular religion or spiritual practice, they wanted this ceremony to embody the deep truths that they believe all religions and spiritual practices express, which they hold as important in their individual lives and now in their lives as a married couple from this day on. So, to begin the ceremony, Chloe and Philip have asked that Philip's groomsman, Paul, read these verses of the modern Persian poet Khalil Gibran on marriage. Paul, could you come forward, please, and perhaps stand next to Chloe there, and if you would read that for us, please.
You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your days. Aye, you shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in your togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Love one another, but make not a bond of love. Let it rather be a moving sea between the shores of your souls. Fill each other's cups, but drink not from one cup. Maybe two. Give one another of your bread, but eat not from the same loaf. Sing and dance together and be joyous, but let each one of you be alone. Even as the strings of a lute are alone through the quiver with the same music. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping. For only the hand of life can contain your hearts and stand together, yet not too near together. For the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress grow not in each other's shadow.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Beautiful words from Khalil Gibran and beautifully read by Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chloe and Philip, you are here, and family and friends, it's common for these days for couples getting married to publicly make a commitment to each other. And Chloe and Philip have chosen to do this through the teachings of the Buddha. Philip, though not a Buddhist, does engage in Buddhist practices, and Chloe now has also begun meditation practice. So they draw their commitment from a famous episode in the life of the Buddha. A priest once asked the Buddha what qualities one should look for in a good friend. He answered that a friend endowed with 7 qualities was a friend worth associating with. I think it's interesting here that the emphasis in what we're about here is on friendship between two people, not as lovers or as married couple, but as friends who want to remain strong friends as they enter the next phase of their lives. Philip and Chloe have chosen to commit each other that they will strive to act in keeping with these 7 qualities and ask you all to witness their commitment. Now, Chloe, I will give you that. Philip, I will give you that. And if you will face each other and read, I'll just wait for the playing. Yeah, it's good.
I will give what is hard to give. I will do what is hard to do. I will endure what is hard to endure. I will reveal my secrets to you. I will keep your secrets. When misfortune strikes, I will not abandon you. When you are down and out, I will not look down on you.
Thank you, beautiful. Yes, once again, I think we've chosen some very special readings. So, now we come to the solemnizing of the marriage of Philip and Chloe, during which they will exchange rings. Now, the rings they are going to exchange today are woven from wild grasses to symbolize Chloe's Celtic ancestry, in which rings of woven grass were used to honor Gaia, the Earth Mother, with a wish that in doing so, she would make the marriage a fruitful one. These will be exchanged at the wedding breakfast for rings of gold to symbolize the richness of their lives together. Chloe and Philip, I am duly authorized by law to solemnize marriages according to the law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of 2 people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Chloe and Philip, I now ask you to exchange views. Now, I will ask you, Philip, first to take one of the rings and place it on Chloe's finger. Look to each other, and Chloe, you might want to hold his other hand while he's doing that. Look at each other, and Philip, repeat these words after me. I call upon all of you here present to witness
Call upon all of you present here to witness
that I, Philip Go Ng,
that I, Philip Go Ng,
take thee, Chloe Rose Hendricks,
take thee, Chloe Rose Hendricks,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Now, I might just put this down, turn my page over so we can make sure you get your vows done as well, Chloe. Okay. So, Chloe, I'll ask you now that you place a ring on Philip's finger, and Philip, you might like to hold Chloe's hands, as you say after me. I call upon all of you here present to witness
Call upon all of you here present to witness
that I, Chloe Rose Hendricks,
that I, Chloe Rose Hendricks,
take thee, Philip Go Ng,
take thee, Philip Go Ng,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Now, friends, it's traditional for a couple to kiss at this point, but Chloe and Philip are gamers, and so they have chosen to express the winning completion of a match, in this case their marriage, with the traditional gamers high five. Excellent. Congratulations.
Can you do it one more time?
Oh,
That's it.
wonderful, wonderful. We are now going to sign the marriage certificates. So I will just invite you to come to the table.
Hang on.
Okay. We're going to.
That's it. Is that all right?
Got your pen?
That's prettier.
All right. So we've actually got to sign both this side here.
Shall I zoom in?
Yep. Okay. So we're ready for the signing. So Chloe, if you would sign under your name on this line here, please.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Then we have a copy of the sign, which I will keep. And then we have this last one. So, excellent. Okay. Philip, would you start by signing this one here? And then, yes, please.
Smile.
Nervous
Like
part.
you mean it.
And this one there. Now I'll ask the two witnesses to come and sit and sign. So Paul and Effie, if you would come forward.
Oh, do you like to sit with your side here?
Yes, you do.
I get the flowers.
Here we go. So Effie, perhaps you could start if you'll sign right there. Yeah, same. One more. And there. And there. Excellent. I will just sign these off as well, so it's all official. Two. All done. Yep. Okay. And there we go. Now we can all come back to the central of the area. Excellent. You might want to just hold that while I say the last parts of our ceremony.
Looking loud. I'm more.
Now, perhaps you can hold that because we're going to do the blessings for Ganesh now. In keeping with the multi-denominational nature of the ceremony, Philip and Chloe have asked that we now ask Lord Ganesh, the Hindu god who removes all obstacles, to grant that their married life be blessed with few obstacles, and that these obstacles, when they come, with the help of Ganesh, be overcome. Philip and Chloe, I ask you two together first to come over across here. And if you will both hold that pot of water and pour it over Ganesh to refresh him as he brings healing, refreshing water to pour down on your marriage. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to light 2 incense sticks. I'm going to place them I guess the wind has been kind to us today. Okay, so if you place them in front of Ganesh, in the pot, so that the smoke from the incense perfumes and pleases Ganesh, so may he perfume your lives from this day. Sorry about that, it's a little bit intrusive. I'm now going to ask Paul and Daphne to come forward and also to light 2 incense sticks. field place then for Ganesh as well. And if you step back again, Philip and Chloe, I'll ask you one more thing. Can you each place one of these delicious laddus on the plate for Ganesh? Yes, it's his favorite sweet. And we're hoping that he will also give all his sweet love to your marriage. Excellent. If you would stand in front of the congregation again. So, friends and family, I now have much pleasure in presenting to you the newly married couple, Philip and Chloe.
Yay! Yay! Congratulations.
Congratulations indeed.
Congratulations.
And
Go to the bride. Oh, fabulous.
I think you want to do the...
So happy.
And I think you wanted to do the traditional, you can hold the certificate while your wedding party fights over who is to receive the cake. Here we go.
Oh! Fight! Fight! Fight!
Excellent. Okay. Let's thank you everybody. That's the end of the ceremony. Let's go and join the newly married couple at the wedding breakfast. Perhaps the couple would like to lead us off first.
Sorry?
You can lead us into the wedding breakfast, please. And Daphne and Paul, if you will follow. And then I will join you as well.